When Jane asked me if I would talk this week, I spent a bit of time pondering who I could talk about. I didn't want to talk about big characters like Moses, Samuel, David, or Ruth. There are others able to do that better than me. I felt there must be more everyday characters or little people in the Bible who have something relevant to say to us all today. I am not a Bible scholar, so I researched unsung Bible heroes on the internet and was surprised at how many I found. After doing some reading, I discovered Abigail. I'd never heard of her before, and I don't think I'd ever read her story in the Bible. Although the name Abigail is used widely in society today, we may not know much about her story written in the Bible. You can find it in 1 Samuel chapter 25. Abigail was beautiful, wealthy and wise. Her name means whose father is joy. And she came from the land of Carmel, a land otherwise known as God's vineyard. She was married to Nabal, pronounced Nabal or Nabal, depending on what resource you use. I'll probably mix them up as I talk, so just ignore me. During Abigail's time, young women lacked the privilege of selecting their life partners. It is likely that her father chose Nabal as a spouse for his beautiful daughter, primarily due to his substantial wealth. Nabal came from the clan of Caleb, and his name means fool, senseless, or worthless. He lived near the town of Maon in the hill country of Judea, and he possessed thousands of sheep and goats that he pastured near Carmel. Verse 3 tells us that he was extremely wealthy, but he was also surly and mean. After the death of Prophet Samuel, all of Israel had assembled to mourn for him. Samuel was buried at his home in Ramah. David and his men moved to the desert of Maon, near to where Nabal kept his sheep. Traditionally, landowners would show gratitude to those who safeguarded their flock, the livestock and shepherds from threats like thieves and wolves. David and his men dutifully fulfilled this role in safeguarding Nabal and his flocks. Therefore, David said, "Go up to Nabal at Carmel and greet him in my name. Say to him, 'Long life to you, good health to you and your household, and good health to all that is yours. Now I hear that it is sheep shearing time. When your shepherds were with us, we did not mistreat them, and the whole time they were at Carmel, nothing of theirs was missing. Ask your own servants, and they will tell you. Therefore, be favorable toward my men, since we come at a festive time. Please give your servants and your son David whatever you can find for them." And that's 1 Samuel 25, verse 5 to 9. But Nabal responds to David with insults. "Who is this David? Who is this son of Jesse? Many servants are breaking away from their masters these days. Why should I take my bread and water and the meat I have slaughtered for my shearers and give it to men coming from who knows where?" So David's men went back and reported all that Nabal had said. David was not impressed and ordered his men to put on their swords. He put on his sword and set off with 400 men. He vowed to kill Nabal and every male who was in his household. "It's been useless," he said, "all my watching over this fellow's property in the wilderness so that nothing of his was missing, and he has paid me back evil for good. May God deal with me ever so severely if by morning I leave alive one male of all who belong to him." And this is where Abigail steps into the picture. One of the servants came to Abigail and said, "David sent messengers from the desert to give our master his greetings, but he hurled insults at them. Yet these men were very good to us. They did not ill-treat us, and the whole time we were out in the fields near them, nothing was missing. Night and day, they were like a wall around us. All the time we were herding our sheep near them. Now think it over and see what you can do, because disaster is hanging over our master and his whole household. He is such a wicked man that no one can talk to him." Abigail lost no time. She took 200 loaves of bread, 2 skins of wine, 5 dressed sheep, I don't know how they dress sheep, 5 seahs of roasted grain, 100 cakes of raisins, 200 cakes of pressed figs, and she loaded them onto donkeys. Then she told her servants, "Go on ahead, and I will follow you." But she did not tell her husband Nabal. When Abigail saw David, she quickly got off her donkey and bowed before David with her face to the ground. She fell at his feet and said, "My lord, let the blame be on me alone. Please let your servant speak to you. Hear what your servant has to say. May my lord pay no attention to that wicked man Nabal. He is just like his name. His name is Fool, and folly goes with him. But as for me, your servant, I did not see the men you sent. Now, since the Lord has kept you, my master, from bloodshed and from avenging yourself with your own hands, as surely as the Lord lives and as you live, may your enemies and all who intend to harm my master be like Nabal. And let this gift which your servant has brought to my master be given to all the men who follow you. Please forgive your servant's offense. The Lord your God will certainly make a lasting dynasty for my master, because he fights the Lord's battles. Let no wrongdoing be found in you as long as you live. Even though someone is pursuing you to take your life, the life of my Lord will be bound securely in the bundle of the living by the Lord your God. But the lives of your enemies he will hurl away as from the pocket of a sling. When the Lord has fulfilled for my Lord every good thing he has promised concerning him, and has appointed him leader over Israel, my Lord will not have on his conscience the staggering burden of needless bloodshed or of having avenged himself. And when the Lord your God has brought my master success, remember your servant." David is grateful and accepts her gift and sends her home in peace. Verse 32-35 says, David said to Abigail, "Praise be to the Lord, the God of Israel, who has sent you today to meet me. May you be blessed for your good judgment and for keeping me from bloodshed this day and from avenging myself with my own hands. Otherwise, as surely as the Lord, the God of Israel lives, who has kept me from harming you, if you had not come quickly to meet me, not one male belonging to Nabal would have been left by daybreak." Following her intervention, the narrative takes a dramatic turn with the sudden death of Nabal, Abigail's husband, from what is described as a heart attack. This event is interpreted as divine retribution for Nabal's folly and refusal to assist David. It's noteworthy that Abigail's actions not only save her household from immediate destruction, but also pave the way for her future. Verse 36 says, upon Abigail's return from the meeting with David, she goes in to see her husband. He was in the house holding a banquet like that of a king. He was in high spirits and very drunk, so she told him nothing till daybreak. In the morning, when Nabal was sober, his wife told him all that had happened the previous day. His heart failed him, and he became like stone. About 10 days later, the Lord struck Nabal, and he died. When David heard the news that Nabal was dead, he rejoiced. He said, "Praise be to the Lord who has upheld my cause against Nabal for treating me with contempt. He has kept his servant from doing wrong and has brought Nabal's wrongdoing down on his own head." He sent his servants to Carmel, and they said to Abigail, "David has sent us to take you to become his wife." She bowed with her face to the ground and said, "Here is your maidservant, ready to serve you and wash the feet of my master's servants." Abigail quickly got on a donkey and, attended by her 5 maids, went with David's messengers and became his wife. Abigail's marriage to David is not just a personal elevation, but also a strategic alliance that further cements David's path to the throne. As his wife, Abigail's wisdom and prophetic gifts likely continued to influence David, contributing to his success as a leader and king. Her story underscores the importance of godly wisdom, the power of intercession, and the belief in divine timing and justice, themes that are as relevant today as they were in Bible times. What can we learn from Abigail? We can learn from Abigail these 4 lessons in the face of adversity. 1, be calm. Not very good at being calm. Being calm in God's guidance and direction means surrendering our will and desires to his divine wisdom and plan. It involves having faith that God's path for us is ultimately for our best, even when we encounter uncertainty or adversity. In this state of calm, we trust that God's timing is perfect and we don't rush into impulsive decisions. 2, be humble. Humility is not always easy, but it is an important quality when we are seeking to experience a life led by Jesus. When we are humble, we are more likely to experience God's grace and love, and we are more likely to be used by God to make a difference to the world. 3, be generous. Generosity reflects the love of God and allows us to open doors that would otherwise be closed. In relationships, being generous can disarm anger and allow for understanding to take place. And number 4, be godly. Knowing God's promises and calling upon them in times of need gave Abigail the wisdom she needed to get David to listen. Hebrews 4:12 tells us that God's word is more powerful than a 2-edged sword.